We're an outdoor family. We've hunted and fished and taken our motorhome all over the United States when the kids were little. We wanted a lake home where we could just walk out and get in the boat and go fishing, or go for a ride, or go swimming. And to have found this place, which was, a gem in the rough, we felt very, very fortunate. I had my heart set on going to northern Wisconsin or northern Michigan, but my wife wisely pointed out that if we're going to get a place where the kids would drop in, which is what we wanted, we would have to look in a certain radius of Chicago. We found this property, and it was a lengthy process in dealing with the seller's trust, about 5 months. The burden of inspection and re-inspection was entirely on us, and they made the property available to us, but we did discover issues. But again, the roof was not one of them. My inspector, I had a paid inspection, and we knew it was a 2005 roof. And he said, I think the roof is in pretty good shape. It's dirty, but I think it's in very good shape. And I think you have 4 to 7 years left on it. So the roof was not one of the reasons not to buy the house. It's a large roof, and we have a separate guest house. So altogether, I think we have about 11,000 square feet. We noticed that the bottom of the shingles were curling a little bit, kind of curling up a little bit. And we had some roofers look at this, and of course they're immediately quoting a brand new roof in the $80,000 to $90,000 range. So they were immediately quoting a new roof, and I remember the inspector saying, I think you got 4 or 5 years left. Somehow came across Roof Maxx. I do believe I saw an online ad about roof rejuvenation, extension of life, things like this. I was initially very skeptical. I'd never heard of the process, and then the more I researched it, the more I thought this makes sense. So I called the Roof Maxx dealer in the ad and got Scott on the phone, and we started talking about the process and what it is, and I'm asking him about the chemical, and I'm trying to understand, how do you hydrate a dried out asphalt shingle? Because this was all new to me. Scott took the time to explain the process to me, which I really appreciated. I checked his work, I checked some references. There was no high pressure, which I really liked and appreciated. So I just pretty much concluded after researching this that this would probably be the course of action for us to try. This would be a heck of a lot cheaper than a new roof, and can get the older shingles to lay down a little from 2005. That's the most I could ask for right now. We figured we'd be pretty happy. So I understand that the roofs dry out. These asphalt shingles start drying from the day you lay them initially, and that most people end up repairing a roof and incurring this huge expense, when if they could hydrate the shingle, get them to sit down and be more like they were the day they were installed, you would therefore extend the life of the roof. This came down to trusting the Roof Maxx dealer, Scott. I'll be honest with you, if I trust somebody or I'm told something, I believe it. I'm sure there's a guarantee, and that's great. Obviously, I looked at other before and after pictures of Scott's customers. That was a huge thing for me. I'm mentally checking the boxes here, and I have confidence in him. I just felt that he would make it right. None of that was necessary. Scott came out, and we started work, and it worked well. We were very pleased. It was a several-day job because of the large size of the roof and the guest house. But it worked out very well, and here we are closing in on a year later, and we're as pleased as ever. We have guests remark how nice the roof is, how nice it looks. Now, they don't get into the shingles laying down, and they're not perfect shingles. They're 17 years old. Roof Maxx made it less anxiety. It was less anxiety from our standpoint in terms of, here's a solution. And Scott explained that's because they're dry. And they're drying out, and that made total sense to me. So we like the restore versus buy solution for us worked perfectly. There's no doubt in my mind that we've extended the life of our roof.